I want to take this time to thank the fans who are constantly tuning in to the podcast. We are one of many wrestling podcasts in the world that are just kind of commentating on the industry as a whole, from shoot interviews to behind the scenes and storylines. We've been asking this question to a lot of fans and a lot of wrestlers and students of the game about the state of professional wrestling and the industry as a whole. A lot of people have come out with a lot of great answers, and I kind of wanted to get an answer from someone that I believe is the voice of a certain side of professional wrestling. With us on the phone, we have Michael Kelly, who doesn't really have a lot of time. So, MK, can you give me a little insight on how you feel about the state of professional wrestling?
If you want my honest opinion, and this is coming from a agent producer perspective and someone who has been in the industry for quite some time, I believe that the industry is kind of failing. It's evolving, but it's failing at the same time. The one thing that I'm seeing a lot is these new companies kind of just blowing up. They're, announcing that, it's a new company and they're signing all these top guys. And I see a lot of the same people getting signed and they're leaving previous companies. And I feel that that is a killer in this industry. There is nothing more disrespectful than leaving a company to join another company simply because you believe that you can get a better opportunity if you go there. There's a lot of guys that are not sticking to their storylines. They're just kind of getting complacent. I think there's a lot of complacency in this industry. There are a lot of guys who bitch and moan about not being booked, and it kind of falls onto you as a wrestler to do your fucking job. It falls on you to make things happen for yourself. We're not handing anything out in this industry. Nothing is handed to you in this industry. If you want to face person A, go face person A. It doesn't have to be on a show. It doesn't have to be on an event. Go and do it on your own. Make your legacy. Enhance your career. Don't rely on companies to do so. But if you sign to a company and they are planning everything that they can to get you to a certain point in the company, stick with it. Don't leave said company because 5 guys that you really admire are over there, so you're gonna jump ship and go over there. I think that's disrespectful. And personally, I believe that a lot of guys should kind of get excommunicated from certain shows. You want to leave and jump ship to this show? Cool, don't come back. You're not going to come back, I'm not going to sign you again. Because a lot of companies are putting a lot of money into these wrestlers. There's a lot of money at stake. And when people are jumping ship because it's what's the new thing is, and I believe that I'll have a better chance at company B than company A, then you're the reason why companies die. It's not the fans. Sometimes it could be management, but not always management. It's you. It's you, the talent. You're signed for a certain reason. And what is stopping you guys from putting on shows in the arena, in the performance center, anywhere that you can put the ring in and sponsor an event? What is stopping you guys from doing that? That is one thing that I really want to know. On the other hand, the industry is lacking a lot of creativity and originality. I'm often getting bored watching a lot of matches because I'm seeing the same fucking spots from the same fucking people. And it gets tiring. It really does, because it just shows that we're biting off of each other. We see something we like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do that in this match. And sometimes these spots have been planned months in advance. And it happens, they start doing it in training, and then someone sees it and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do it, and then it ends up happening. So then they're just like, okay, now I have to scrap this whole entire spot because someone else did it, and how the hell did they know that how to do it? Things like that. And I honestly believe that we need more high spots that really make sense. Watch the Jacob Amor Yukita clip where Jacob Amor does he lands on his feet from the Hurricanrana. We need more spots like that where it really shows that ring awareness, that ring IQ, that you know what, you're not getting me down like that. We need more of that. When it comes down to originality, we need more original characters in this industry because it seems like everybody is basically the same. You know how many freaking kings of strong style we have, how many princes, and how many bastards, and you know, legitimate wrestlers or whatever you want to call it. Like it's just there's so many, and they're just different colors, they're different shapes, they're different sizes. You know what I mean? They wear different clothes, and it's baffling to me. And I believe that agents need to step up to the plate and really start looking at these guys and saying, hey, you need to change this because you look like this guy. And if you really want to stand out, you should not look like this guy. You should not wrestle like this guy. I believe that a lot of wrestlers need to tap in to their potential. They need to tap in and really get down to what their true style is. Not to toot my own horn or anything like that, but I went from being an all-American wrestler to kind of, stepping out my comfort zone and doing a lot of like high spots, doing like swanton bombs, nothing like too crazy, suicide dives, then going back to a catch wrestling based mat style wrestling. And I feel so much better doing that and, shoot style wrestling. Um, we need more diversity in wrestling. There's nothing wrong with being a high flyer, but you should be doing different moves than high flyer number 1 and high flyer number 3. You see what I'm getting at. Um, but just overall, I believe that the industry still has a lot to work on. I hope that what I said just now resonates to a lot of people, and I really hope that people agree with what I have to say.
And this is why I wanted to get you on the phone and ask you that question, because you really tell it like it is. You give a raw, honest opinion, and I kind of want to, before I wrap this up, I want to ask, are there any wrestlers that are on your radar? Any wrestlers that you want people to keep an eye on? It seems like there's so many new people that are popping up on the scene and really making a name for themselves. Are there any wrestlers that are standing out to Michael Kelly?
There's a lot of guys in this industry right now who are really taking the industry by storm. Quote unquote rookies. It's weird that we call them rookies. They might have been wrestling the same amount of years as I have, or maybe even less. But I've been hearing some good stuff about Bad Company, Ethan Murdoch, the war hero. And first of all, Ethan, if you're listening to this, man, thank you for your service. It takes a lot to serve this country. It takes a lot to bounce back from having to do what you did, and I applaud you. And I hope one day I can buy you a beer. I heard nothing but great stuff about Ethan. Through the grapevine, man, there's people talking about a house show in Japan for Pride, and 35-minute match between him and Franchise. And we all know Chris Franchise is a fucking animal in the ring. He's so versatile. He's an opportunist. He can pick apart your whole entire body during a match. And for him to give a platform to a new guy in a very big place, I not only applaud Franchise, but I applaud Ethan for just going toe to toe with a big name like franchise. And I don't know how it happened. I don't know who booked it, but I hope there's footage out there of it because I heard it. It was stunning. It was amazing, and for a newcomer like Ethan, this is going to elevate him to the right way. And I was actually in Mexico couple days ago. Actually, I was out there for like a week, just kind of talking to different companies and trying to get them settled with storylines and everything like that for a lot of the American talent. And I met this guy, Christian Morales, who this man is he's something. He's very cocky, but cockiness really goes a long way in this industry because if you're cocky and you get nice heat on you, you're really gonna make a name for yourself. I watched a couple matches that he did, and that guy, that guy can fucking move, and he's got a powerful move set, and I can't wait to see a little bit more from him as well. And it's we're in this place right now where things are going to be changing up pretty soon. I heard a lot of new companies are looking for newer guys, and I hope that these companies decide to pick up Ethan Murdoch and Christian Morales and really just kind of run with them. You really need to rely on rookies and build them accordingly. So yeah, those are two guys that you guys need to be watching out for sure.
MK, I saw that match. There's footage out there for sure. I will get in contact with a few people and see if it's okay to send you that match because I believe you really need to see it. You explained franchise to a T, and let me tell you that you will be surprised by Ethan Murdoch for sure. How sure or not, he showed out at one of the biggest places that you can possibly show out at. Again, I'll try my very best to get that footage to you. I do thank you again for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to us and give us insight about the industry as a whole. Everyone else, thank you for tuning in again. This podcast episode has been brought to you by Rachel Ellerling, who is one of the best attire makers in the industry today. Please hit up Rachel because she will definitely fit you right and get you going with your next attire for your next big show, your next big pay-per-view, so on and so forth. Until next time, one bump at a time is mighty fine. Later.